it in, dude. All right, we're on both channels here. Yeah, so Jake Moody ends the week with the game winner. Yo, shout out to Jake Moody. I'm actually super happy for the guy. Listen, he's a good dude. He gets the last laugh on Debo. Bro, that was crazy to me that he hit that game winner. Yeah, Javon Kinlaw got a block on him. That was actually crazy. Like, it was wild. But let me tell you something, man. I got nothing but love for the guy. He used to play on the Niners, and I want him to succeed. To see that was good. You know, that's going to give him confidence. Bro said he just needed a second chance, and he's happy for it. And I'm happy for him, man. Caleb Williams was like, I don't even know who the guy was. I saw him kick a 60-yarder in practice, and I said, okay, this is our guy. So shout out to Jake Moody, man. Niners are now the third seed in the NFC. A lot of people are doubting us, but guess what? I know we don't have Fred. I know we don't have Bosa, but you think Fred Warner wants this team to quit? Yeah, my man MSQ says, I've been supporting Jake Moody. You already know. Shout out to MSQ. You really have that. That's good for. I'm so happy for the guy. Like, honestly, I know I've joked. I know I've said a lot of stuff, but I am genuinely happy for Jake Moody today. Like, absolutely. We're going to have to call him tonight. Bro, we are going to have to call him tonight. But let me tell you, I'm just happy. But anyways, Niners, third seed in the NFC. A lot of people are giving up. We don't have Fred. We don't. Hey, man, next man up. It's tough. It's not going to be easy. The defense is going to be, young, and they're going to make mistakes, and they're not going to have that guidance. They don't have Bosa, but I know the Niners are going to go and grab someone. They're going to add somebody to this roster. I know they will. I know they're going to go make some trades in a few weeks. It's tough, man. You're getting Kittle back this week. Let's go over some updates. George Kittle coming back this week. Ricky Pearsall and Brock Purdy going to get evaluated. They got a chance to come back. Juwan Jennings played through the injuries, but, he's going to play tough. Kendrick Bourne, he's been looking good. And, the team is battling, man. They're getting players back. Brandon Ayuk, there's no timetable for his return, but hopefully soon. The Niners got rid of 2 practice squad offensive linemen. They're probably bringing in a linebacker or a defensive tackle or somebody tomorrow. So they'll work somebody out and sign them on Wednesday. That's how it goes. But the Niners, man, they're going to get healthy. They're going to get Brock back. They're going to get Kittle back. They're going to get Pearsall back. And you just got to keep fighting, man. You just go 1 week at a time. I know it sounds crazy, but you just got to play, man. And this team played with heart. Like, they had a chance to win against Tampa Bay. They had a chance to beat the Jaguars. Those 2 games they lost. They lost by a combined 16 points. They're fighting. They're battling. Obviously, their defensive line's not getting the rush pressure, but it's going to be tough. I know Tampa Bay was, ripping us apart in the secondary. And then if you look at the Falcons game coming up this week, we got Bijan Robinson, and he's going to be dicing and running and everything. And run defense is going to be tough. But, hey, the Niners got to fight. And it's not going to be an easy game, but I got faith in these boys, man. So we'll see. I don't think we're cooked. I don't think it's over yet. We're 4-2. We got a nice little cushion. We'll figure it out, get some players, and these guys are going to have to step up. We still got some leaders on this team. You got De'Amon Lenore, Kittle, Juszczyk, Trent Williams. They're not going to go down without a fight, man. Obviously going to be hard without Fred Warner. That's like a gut punch. I'm still rearing over it. I know a lot of people are upset. I'm upset. We're all upset, but it's 49ers versus the world. You're right. How long is Brock Purdy out? He's going to get evaluated Wednesday, and he could be back this weekend. So we'll see. Let's see. Falcons deflated Buffalo. Yeah, Falcons, that was a big win for them. That was actually a really big win. I didn't think they had it in them. Buffalo got cooked on them today. Winner says, I don't know why people think we were going to the Super Bowl. We had a low chance at the start. Bosa and Warner. Hey, you never know, man. Fight. Keep fighting. Keep fighting the good fight. Chris says, does it mean we have to rely more on our offense and defense? Yeah, absolutely. The offense is going to have to step up. Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully we get healthy, right? Kittle and Purdy going to have to come back. This offense definitely has to carry us for stretches. Typically the defense carries us, but, we'll see. Warner was the heart and soul of the team. He was, I know. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's tough to lose him, but we got to, unfortunately, face the music. We got to face the sweet chin music and move on and see what we can do. We got Tatum Bethune. We got some young guys, and they're going to have to step in. Obviously, they can't replace Fred Warner. You can't replace Nick Bosa, but you're going to have guys that come in and play their head off, You're assuming the QB controversy is over. I mean, Brock's healthy. Mac Jones got manhandled, but I don't think Mac Jones played bad. I think he's a great backup, and that's what you want. If Brock Purdy gets hurt, Mac Jones is going to be right there. I think once Brock is healthy, he's going to get his job. He's the starter. But I got to tell you, man, the O-line is not good, and no matter who's behind that quarterback, who's behind the line at quarterback, they got their work cut out for them because that O-line, man, it was really bad today or yesterday. Pressures, they had a lot of pressures allowed. Dominic Pooney playing through a knee injury, Kyle Shanahan said, and he feels like that's what's really limited him. Obviously, he hasn't been the same, man. He's just getting pushed around. Vita Vea, man, he ate these Niners apart. That defensive line was kicking our tails in yesterday. So O-line, man, they got to fortify that. They got to really focus on that. We've been saying it for a long time. The youngins, on defense and offense, they're going to learn. They're going to learn quicker than we thought they would. And that's the thing. The Niners really drafted a lot of young players, and they're going to have to step up and play hard. And we're going to have to support those guys. So ready for Friday, brother? Oh, we ready, baby. Ayuk update. He's rehabbing well, and there's no timetable, but Kyle did say maybe week 10 was always his thought is week 10, but he hasn't given us an exact timeline. But yeah, nothing else on Ayuk. I know there was like a fake rumor today. Jennifer Lee Chan, man, I'm never gonna post her stuff. A couple people texted me about it because we posted it, and I was like, I was at the DMV with my daughter, and I was like, I gotta post this real quick. I didn't get a chance to do the backstory, like check everything. I knew it was like too good to be true. I told a couple people, I was like, this just doesn't seem like a good report. She's kind of dramatic in her reports, and never again am I ever gonna report a Jennifer Lee Chan story because that was just. He hasn't followed the team in like months. So there's no drama with Brandon Ayuk. It made it. It kind of sucks because everybody posted, and there's still a lot of people that have that on their page, and they didn't take it down. It just makes them look bad. But Brandon Ayuk he's going to be fine. He's been practicing. John Lynch last week on KNBR says he saw him out the window practicing. So Watkins is coming back. Yeah. Thoughts on the biggest needs regarding trades? I mean, we obviously need some edge rushers, man. We need some defensive line help. We need an O-line, but I don't think we're going to be able to trade for an O-lineman. We'll see what happens. We definitely need to maybe get a linebacker. There's some linebackers out there we can add some depth, but they have linebackers in-house. They got Nick Martin, they got Tatum Bethune, they got Curtis Robinson. They're probably going to try the linebackers they have. They got the best linebacker coach in the business. So I feel like they're not going to try to make a trade for a linebacker, although, you can get a good linebacker to help the loss of Fred Warner, but you're going to let these youngins cook. I think it's pass rush, defensive line, pass rusher. So it's going to happen. Demario Davis would be nice. Don't sleep on Bethune. Yeah, a lot of people hating on Bethune. Bro, like, this is the thing I said to my buddies, like, all my friends, like, people are calling, Tanner Bethune sucks. Bro got thrown into the fire, had to replace Warner. Like, I know he practices. I know he was, like, ready for his moment, but when your captain, when the heart and soul of your team goes down, you're like mentally already like, so you're not in the game. Like if it's, regular injury, he cramps up, he gets a hamstring, he leaves. You're like, all right, my boy's gonna be back. Don't worry. But when he's like down, it mentally probably messed everybody up. And it's like, oh shit, I got to go in there. Fred might've broke his leg. Like you probably couldn't think, man. And Tatum Bethune, got thrown into the fire. Didn't think he was going to have to play. Although you always have to be ready for your moment, but that's just mentally jarring for anybody. So I think Tatum's going to get better this week and he'll regroup, and I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be fine. But a lot of people not giving these Niners credit. They played their ass off, man. They played with heart. I got to give Saleh, I got to give Kyle Shanahan a lot of credit on the way they've been coaching. Look at the injuries they had. Like, dude, Bosa, Kittle, you can name all of them. We can sit here and name them all. We know who's injured. 25 injuries last week. And they're 4-2. So yeah, Adrian Martinez. We'll see what happens. You're sick. We're all sick. We're all mad. We're all sick, man. And yeah, Fred's probably helping. Helping them out and calling the plays. Helping them lead because they got to figure things out. As they get better, these younger players, they'll figure things out. But you got to realize Fred Warner's been the Mike for 8 years, man. The Mike linebacker is a very tough position to play. You're calling the shots, and all of a sudden you get thrown in there, and you got to be the quarterback of that defense, man. It's like if your starting quarterback goes down. Your starting quarterback, now your backup quarterback comes in. It's not easy to call the shot. So I think this team's going to regroup. I expect them to really come out and play their asses off. Whether they win or lose these games, I think they're going to fight to the end, man. Every game has been pretty close this year. I know the Tampa Bay game kind of got away at the end, but that was tough. Your defense just didn't have their leader out there. So why isn't B-Rob getting any carries? I don't know if this O-line's getting any push. The O-line's not really blocking well. He's a different kind of running back, and they need to have good blocking, and they're just not getting it. So hopefully when Kittle comes back, that'll help. Definitely would help. 4-2 can become 4-5 real quick. It really can. It really can. I hope it doesn't. Jordan James, he hasn't gotten anything. What did BA do? Nothing. He did nothing, actually. He did nothing. There's no – if you saw a report today, throw it away because people be lying. And I wish I didn't post that, honestly. Deleted it, though. Is Atlanta going to be a tough game? They just beat the Bills. They just beat the Bills. It's going to be a tough game. What's up with Ayuk? He's rehabbing. Nothing is going on with Brandon Ayuk. Could we get Demario Davis and Cam Jordan? You know what? We probably could. We probably could, man. At this point, Saints are probably going to fire sell everybody. Demario Davis. My boy Big Sam says Deebo Samuel hasn't done ish. He's pretty good receiver this year, but I don't know. Trey, the Winters, Bethune, Martin trio could be a good potential. They're young. They gotta keep their heads in the game, though. They have a potential to be a really good trio, but you gotta make your tackles and not make mistakes. Coverage, I'm a little worried though with these linebackers. Not gonna lie, D Winter's coverage skills haven't been the best lately. Yeah, we do gotta run Brian Moore, Louis. I agree. I hope Purdy plays because Mac is beat up. He took a beating, didn't he? Bring back Chase Young. No, we're good. How do we feel about the secondary? Secondary, it's tough because they're not getting enough rush up front, so you put more pressure on the secondary. The secondary wasn't bad. I mean, they got to clean up some of the penalties. If you look at their actual, go look at the analytics. They didn't let up a yard. It's the safeties over the middle and the linebackers that are letting up all the stats. Marquise Siegel let up 53 yards yesterday. That's the guy that was getting picked on. Safety definitely needs some help. I'm not too sold on the safety department yet. Although when Malik Mustafa came in, he did really good. I think he got like 10 snaps, 10 passes against. He didn't allow any yards. So Mustafa was good in limited action. They were trying to rotate Siegel or Pinnock and Jair Brown. Just didn't look good. Secondary, they got to clean up some of them penalties. But overall, I don't think the secondary is bad. It's just they're not getting pass rush up front. If you're not getting pass rush, you're going to give the quarterback time. And then that Baker Mayfield, that third down run, it was brutal, man. It was brutal. So Pinnock should have played. Maybe. I don't know. It's tough. They got a lot of young safeties, and they're trying to figure out their best combination. So, but the problem with Pinnock is he's had a hard time tackling. So we got no pass rush. Exactly. Yeah, Vita Vea. The guy was cooking us up, man. Pleasance was the guy who stepped on Eddie's foot. Austin Pleasance. That's tough, dude. Kittle and Tonjes will eat the red zone up. I think that's going to be a nice little combo. I love Tonjes. My man Winter says, no point. Ride with what you got. Don't trade away draft capital for a rental. I mean, the way I look at it is this is the thing. The Niners can give up draft capital more than any other team in the NFL because you know why? They're going to get a multitude of compensatory picks. Out of all the teams, they get compensatory picks. The Niners always get the most. They always load up. They know how to use the system. They know how to get their comp picks from players. They know how to get it from coaches, right? They really develop executives and coaches, minority coaches, and they go get hired somewhere and they get comp picks for them. So honestly, the 49ers, out of all the teams, they're probably the one team that's fine with trading away draft capital because they're going to get it right back, right? Remember when they traded for Christian McCaffrey? They traded like a couple of mid-round picks and a second-round pick. They literally got every single pick back in compensatory picks. So, yeah. It's going to be tough. When is the trade deadline? November 2nd, I believe, 2nd or 4th. It's the first week of November, that first Tuesday of November. What about Ayuk? When's he come back? Supposed to be back soonish. There's no exact time frame, but Kyle Shanahan did say he always thought week 10 would be the way it'd be going. One thing I'm really excited about though is George Kittle is returning, ladies and gentlemen. George Kittle is back this weekend. You guys got to realize that's big for this team. I don't think people realize how good George Kittle is. Y'all got to remember how good he's a dog, man. Ayuk diva. He's not diva. See, this is why I hate that story that Jennifer Lee Chan put out, because now it makes Brandon Ayuk look bad, and he hasn't done anything bad since last year's negotiations. Brandon Ayuk's getting a bad rep, man, and I feel bad. That was a low blow story from Jennifer Lee Chan, man. It sucks, dude. He's not actually a diva. Maybe he was last year. Yeah, good news for the offense. George, I can't wait. Kittle is a god. Kittle's the man. Kittle's Tonjes duo. Let Jennings rest for a few weeks. He should, but this is the thing with Jennings. Yeah, he played through 5 broken ribs, a high ankle sprain, low ankle sprain, got shoulder injury. Like, he played through all the injuries that you could think of. And the problem with Jennings playing through all those injuries is he wants to play because he's money motivated, right? Remember this offseason, he wanted money. He wanted contract. What did they do? They gave him a contract, but it's incentive based. So he has to play a certain amount of snaps, certain amount of catches he has to have. He has a certain amount of reception. I don't know his number. I don't know the exact incentives in it. I never released it. But let's just say he needs to get, 50 catches. What if he has to play 100 snaps, whatever the case is? I'm just making up numbers. He needs to play to get those snaps. So if he wants his money, he's got to play. So it's kind of like he's forced to play if he wants his money, right? You want your extra 10 mil or whatever the mills it is, you got to play. It's kind of a shitty deal. So he's playing through injuries. I'm sure he's frustrated because broken ribs are painful as H. I've had broken ribs. It's not fun. It's painful. You breathe, you laugh, you cough, you do anything, it hurts your ribs. So, and it's a contract year for him. He's a free agent. He's got to ball out. Otherwise, he's not going to maximize his money. It's kind of a tough, the more I thought about it, I feel bad for Jennings. He has to play because he didn't get paid this offseason. So now he's like, shit, I got to go play to get paid. But he kind of did it on himself, right? He had his contract extension last year. He wanted more money, and the Niners put him in this position. So it's like they both did it to them. So like the Niners put him in this position. He put himself in this position. Now they got a guy playing with all these injuries. He's not happy. So it's tough. He is tough playing through those injuries. I agree, Retro. What's the plan for losing Bosa? And Fred, we'll get some players. How did I break my ribs? Did I fall? No, I didn't fall. I got in a car accident, bro. I got T-boned how many years ago? This is probably about a decade ago now. Bro, I was driving, lost control of the car. It was raining. Long story. But anyways, I wasn't drinking. But car, I should have rode it into the wall, but I didn't. I let it spin into the freeway, and truck going like 75 miles, fucking T-bone me. It was crazy accident. I can't believe I'm still here to talk to you guys about it. Broke my ribs, collapsed my lung, and ruptured my spleen, dude. It was fucking insane, dude. Luckily, I'm a therapist. I rehab myself back. It was actually crazy. The nurses be like, "What are you doing?" I was like, getting up, had the IV pole, had my chest tube, walking through the hallways of the hospital. This shit was insane. They're like, I was like, yeah, I'm a therapist. Don't worry. I have my own vital machine, everything. So it's cool. But yeah, it was a crazy injury. My man Young says Moody is trash, not a hero. It's a hero today. Yeah, I was messed up, bro. Yeah, appreciate you. That was a rough time, man. That was actually probably the worst time of my life because I had a lot of stuff going on. I got divorced, this, that, and then that injury on that on top of it. But that was kind of it's kind of like a life-changing event. It happened, and then just I was sitting there in the hospital, and I was like, shit, I'm still alive. And I was like, I got to turn my life around. I was super sad, depressed, but turned it around, started making money, this, that, and everything kind of came together. But it was tough, man. It was a wild situation. It was a wild time in my life, man. Did I get paid? No, I didn't get paid. I mean, it wasn't really anybody's fault. It was just like I said, I should have probably I should have probably just took the wall. I should have just let it hit the wall, like the car spun out. Like I didn't have traction on the tires. I was driving my mom's car at the time. So I didn't want to drive my car, but I don't even know why. But got on the freeway, car started spinning like fishtailing, and instead of just letting it go in, stupid move, let it go into the freeway, no man's land. Cooked. Shit was bad. It was bad. So, anyways, crazy. Moody did 4 for 5. Yo, shout out to Jake Moody. Actually, one of my students that I used to have, one of my physical therapy students, my boy Vince, we still talk. He's a Chicago fan. He's from he's from Chicago, so we still talk. He's like, and he knows I'm Niner. He knows I run the page and stuff. And he's like, bro, we got Jake. Like, I remember when it happened. He was, I can't believe it. We sitting there texting tonight. He's like, bro, Jake Moody. I told him, I was like, Jake Moody's gonna be like the next Robbie Gold for you guys. He's like, no way. I was like, yeah, watch. It's like he just needed a fresh start. Boom, hits the first one, hits the second one, hits the third one, gets the block, and then is coming down to the end. And I was like, he's gonna hit a game winner. I could feel it. Hits the game winner. He was like, no way that just happened. I was like, that's fucking crazy, dude. So, how will they prepare for Penix? Good question, man. They always have a hard time going against mobile quarterbacks, man. They really do. So it's not gonna be easy. I'm not worried about Michael Penix, although I probably should because he's mobile. He's got some talent. I'm more worried about Bijan, man. I'm more worried about Bijan and Drake London. Holy smokes. Yeah, life is a blessing. Appreciate y'all. Double doink. Yeah. Step in for Fred. I can do it. He did need a fresh start, man. Can I help the Niners with the injury curse? I don't even think honestly, no. I can't help them. I'm not even gonna even try, bro. I'm not even gonna try with that, man. What's wrong with Nick Martin? There's nothing wrong with him. There's just a rookie, man. He got to earn his stripes. The problem with Nick Martin, I wouldn't even say his problem, but the reason why he hasn't seen the field is because he's, been from what Robert Saleh said a couple weeks ago is, he needs to get better in special teams. He needs to get better in special teams. If you're a linebacker and you don't see the field on a normal, defensive sets, if you're not in there playing any of the linebacker positions, Sam linebacker, Mike linebacker, weak outside linebacker. If you're not playing any of those spots and you're just riding the bench, you're a special teamer. And if you're not good enough to hang in at special teams, you're not going to suit up. Bottom line, Nick Martin needs to get better at special teams, is what Robert said. Now this might speed it up. Maybe he'll get out there. Like, he has talent. It's unfortunate because he was a pretty good, 75th pick. He was what number was he? He was like 3rd round pick, right? He was a pretty substantial pick there. So we kind of need to see him. But if he's not good enough special teams, kind of sucks. So, but we're going to have to probably see him soon. No Fred Warner. You're going to have somebody step up, right? D. Winters can't do it all by himself. Gifford play Emma. I don't think Gifford. He's really a special teams guy. There's no way he's going to come in. Falcons dogging the 49ers Sunday night. I mean, it's possible. They look good tonight. They beat the Bills, and they handed them. They beat them pretty handedly. So, are you going to root for Moody when he blew so many games for us? Hey, man, good for him. I got no grudges. It sucks that he blew those games, but he needs a fresh start, man, and I'm happy for the guy. He played on the Niners. It didn't work out for us. He wasn't an asshole. He wasn't a mean guy. He was a good guy. I liked him when he was in Michigan. I thought he was going to be a good player for us, but just too much pressure on him, and he got a fresh start. So there's no reason to hate on the guy. I mean, he didn't do anything bad to us. He missed kicks. It really sucked, man. But he's not on this team to cost us any games. And now we got Eddie Pinheiro, who's an unbelievable kicker. And, and even Eddie Pinheiro said, man, you know what? I talked to him, and he's doing well. And I hope he does good. And he said nothing but there's no reason to be mean at the guy. I'm mad at him. Like, he sucked when he was with us. He already got enough shit. People probably sent him death threats on his DMs. People probably talk so much shit on him. There's no need to hate on the guy, dude. I'm just going to wish him good luck as we got Eddie De Niro, and I hope Jake Moody has a good fucking career, man. That's it. Happy for the guy. There's no reason to hold a grudge on him. So he might. I don't know. He did good tonight. So good for him. We get Pearsall, Kittle, Purdy this week. We might get him back. Do you ever think he missed those on purpose? Maybe he did miss it so he can get somewhere else. Maybe he didn't want to play for the Niners. If he did, now he's back on my shit list. But yeah, no, man. At the end of the day, just hope he does well, man. There's no need to hate on the guy. He got a lot of hate on himself. So De Niro, we got Pinheiro, baby. He's the beast. He's a beast. Let me make some calls. Let me make some calls. We gotta make some calls. Speaking of the man, gotta make a call. What's up, Big Jake? Big Jake Moody, bro. You hit the game. Jake, you hit the game winner tonight. Bro, I'm proud of you. 4 out of 5. Javon Kinlaw. Bro's nuts are bigger than yours. He got a block on it, but it is what it is. I mean, he was going to get his moment, but you came back redemption. You got the last laugh on Debo, man. Respect. You got my respect, man. Now, in December, when he played the Niners, you can go ahead and miss that game when you field goal against us, but no pressure, huh? No pressure against us. That enjoy the season. I hope you go well. I cannot wait to see Eddie De Niro versus Jake Moody head to head. That is going to be pure cinema. Yo, Jake, I don't want you to miss a field goal at all this season until you play us. Go ahead. Do your thing. I want you to make all your field goals, kick some ass. Go ahead, make as many game-winning field goals as you can. You're probably going to be NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. You're going to be NFC Special Teams Player of the Week this week. Fucking enjoy it, bro. What a redemption story for you, dude. Good for you. Good for you, bro. Enjoy the week, and I can't wait to see you in a couple months. We're going to have a good time. All right, Jake. Fucking Jake Moody, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Yeah. What do I think about the KC brawl? That was stupid. That was crazy. Dude got suspended. That hit Juju. He slapped him in the face. How do you slap another man at the end of the game? That was wild, bro. Crazy. Chris said, what is your prediction record? 10-7? I still think it's 10-7. I still think we go in 10. I said 10 before the season. I still say we got 10. I'm not talking to him. I was talking to him. Why would I lie? Brian Branch, yeah. Imagine Jake Moody makes the Pro Bowl. I hope he does. How do I see the season panning out? It's a good question, Mike. I think once they get a couple players here added in a couple of weeks, they still can make a run. I still think they get 10 wins this season. I still think they can make the playoffs. I don't know if they win the NFC West. It's going to be close, but Seattle's looking good. Sam Darnold, he's playing damn well with him and JSN. We beat him once, though. That was with Fred and Bosa. So that's going to be a tough battle. And then, the Rams, Puka's out for a couple weeks, so they might take a spill here. So we got to keep up with them. Arizona's not looking good. So we can at least stay ahead of Arizona. We got to stay close to Seattle and LA. I think 10 wins might be close enough to get that division, man. We got to go on a run. We got some games in the middle of the season, but we got to take advantage of those, like the Giants, the Browns, although they're not easy games because the Giants look good. Scatterbo and Dart look nice. Nice little duo, little frat duo. And then you got the Browns who, if they had an offense, they'd probably win games. They got a great defense. So we have no O-line and no D-line. I know. The D-line, they can get players. They can trade for some D-line. It's the O-line that's been an issue for years, and we've been saying it. Like, I know a lot of you guys, every time we go live, I'm like, they got to put an emphasis on O-line. They never do. So, yeah, we need this draft this year. They just need to go O-line, 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 O-line. We need to make a move. They will. They will. Seattle is a surprise? I don't think so. I thought Seattle was going to be pretty good this year. McDonald's a good coach. Second year, JSN superstar status. He's elevating. They made some good moves. They made some good draft picks. They got rid of a few people, and it's a fresh start for a couple other guys out there. But I think it was like DK Metcalf. Everybody thought it was gonna be crazy getting rid of him. he needed a fresh start. And it's good for JSN to be like that guy. Like DK and JSN, I don't think it would work. It's better to have just JSN be the guy. Yeah, we do say that. What's my surprise upset of week 6? Week 6, I mean, I didn't think Atlanta was beating the Bills. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. Not gonna lie to you. Super Bowl predictions? I don't know. I don't know yet. Sam Darnold resurrected after being with the Niners? Yeah, he did. Just like Mac Jones being resurrected, man. Niners, we fix a lot of people, huh? Seattle's defense sorted the Jags. Seattle's looks good, man. Where I born was I born a Niner fan? Yes, sir. Let's see. Can we contain Bijan? It's the question of the week, man. That's the question of the week. Honestly, I'm a little worried about playing Bijan. Did you see that little 81-yard touchdown today? Oh, when he hit that corner, he was not getting caught. I was like, wow, he is so quick. He is so fast. He's smooth too. He's just like butter. He just the way he glides out there. He's the best running back in the NFL right now, 100%, hands down. Bijan is RB1 in the league, man. No doubt about it. He's good. It's gonna be tough to contain him. I'm happy for Jake too. Ozzy, well, we got to make a trade this week. They're gonna make one closer to the trade deadline. I don't think they make it this week. I want them to, but I would be surprised if they make it this week. It's either next week or the week after they're gonna do it. We don't have the linebackers to contain Bijan. He's great. He's good. Robert Saleh was your interceptions. I mean, it's not him. They've had chances. Fred Warner put a couple on the ground. Upton Stout should have had a pick. D. Winters had a couple that he put down that he should have had. I don't know what to tell you. 12 straight games without an interception, but I don't think it's all on Robert. Like this defense, he came in, took over a defense, got a young team. They lost their superstars, man, and they're fighting. They've had opportunities. I feel like Upton Stout's interception should have been in that. We got robbed on that one. Trade Mac Jones? There's no way, man. Because if Brock gets hurt, we are cooked with Adrian Martinez back there. I mean, no disrespect to Adrian, but I just don't think he'd be able to come in and win games like Mac does. I think Adrian could have some good games, but I just don't know if he'd be able to win the game. Does Purdy have a turf toe? Yeah, he has turf toe. Perform a turf toe. That's a tough injury. Fred recovers in 3 months. He's not recovering in 3 months, but it heals in 3 months, but he's still got a long rehab. Dislocated ankle and fracture. There's no way it's 3 months. A simple 3 months. He'll be back by the start of the season next year. There's no way. You celebrate 400K yet? Not yet. We will this week soon. I got a post I got to make. Honestly, I haven't. Fred Warner news kind of deflated. I'm not going to celebrate personal stuff with Fred Warner news today. Midweek. We'll do it midweek. What do you think about the Pats being number 1 the AFC East? Man, shout out to them, bro. That's amazing. Drake May. It's legit, dude. I'm happy for the Patriots, man. The Bills got a real battle right there. Is it the same fractured ankle from last year? I don't think it is. What ankle did he survive? Did he do last year? I don't think it's the same one. 3 months. That's what Kyle said, but it's not a simple fracture like that. I think it takes at least 7 to 10 months for that one. My boy says 5-game losing streak incoming. There's no way. Would Brock be 100% healthy this Sunday? Honestly, I don't even think he'd be 100%. I think he'd be close to it. That turf toe, man, that thing lingers. It's a chronic issue. So we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's recap. Let's recap the injuries updates today. So as we know, Fred Warner will have surgery tomorrow, unfortunately, and George Kittle will be back this week. Ricky Pearsall and Brock Purdy will be evaluated. Jordan Watkins will be back. Brandon Ayuk is rehabbing well, and he has no timetable, but Kyle Shanahan keeps throwing out week 10, so it's probably going to be around there. We'll see what happens. Niners have they lost the Bucs, and they have Atlanta this week. Tough test. Atlanta just beat Buffalo. Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a good one. Anyways, y'all have a good rest of your night. Love you. Go Niners. And see what happens tomorrow.